Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix. This is the Quick 3 Tarot for Friday. I almost said Wednesday. I don't know why, but Friday is what we're talking about here. March the 17th. Now, this is for the collective. It's not for a specific sign. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy in the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now, pre-shuffle energy is looking really, really good. So for those who don't know, anytime that I pick a deck, I always look at what is at the bottom of the deck when I pull it out. It's called the Seven of Disc in this deck, but Seven of Pentacles is in this deck. And something is telling me with this particular card, you notice how all of this is lining up? Something said to me, because I hear things in my head when I shuffle or when I do my readings or whatever. And something said to me, you don't know what was growing in your garden, or you didn't know what was growing in your garden, but in a good way. Because in the pre-shuffle energy, the Ten of Pentacles came out. And then, which mind you, the Ten of Pentacles came out in the reading yesterday in a totally different reading. And that was in regards to when I was telling some people, if you lost something, you're more than likely going to get it back with the Ten of Pentacles, because then the Ace of Pentacles was under it, which is meaning something new. With the Seven of Pentacles is about investments. So some of this energy might have seeped in. It may not have. And with the Ten of Pentacles showing that something is going to pay off for you. Now, going back to what I was just talking about, where something was growing in your garden and you didn't know about it. When I did the final shuffle, the Sun was at the bottom of the deck. So you have the Sun, you have the Ten of Pentacles, and then you have the Seven of Pentacles that was originally at the bottom of the deck. This is showing that something is going to be brought to light. The Sun is about illumination. Sun is Leo energy. Also, Pentacles is Earth energy. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. But something is going to be brought to light that you haven't seen. Also, the Sun is about nourishment too, because don't forget, things cannot grow without the Sun. So for some of you, you have been nurturing, providing nourishment to certain things. You may not have even realized that you've been doing it. And now something is happening that is going to be a benefit to you. Let me go ahead and see what the main energy is. May I have the energy for the collective for Friday, March the 17th? May I have the energy for the collective for Friday, March the 17th? May I have the energy for what I tell you? We got King of Wands here, leadership. Some of you might be receiving a promotion. That could be what was growing in your garden. People were watching you behind the scenes, and all you were doing was your job. You weren't looking for any type of praise, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a job. I'm just saying, people were probably watching you, and then they were seeing what you were doing. And now that they've seen what you've been doing, even though you've just been doing you, there may be some type of recognition, which Six of Wands came out yesterday. But I feel for some of you, you've just been on the grind. And when people, and I'm telling you, I've been there. When people are on the grind, they don't really focus on all the other stuff. May I have the energy for the collective for Friday, March 17th? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Now we have another Seven of Cups. This can be options, but also it can be confusion. I feel like there's going to be options. I feel like the options may be a little bit overwhelming. Thank you. At the moment, but I really feel things are going to balance out for you. Because again, with this Seven of Pentacles, again, they're lining up. It's like the planets are aligning for what is about to come into your life. Things had to line up. I feel like divine timing might have played a role in it. May I have two more cards, please? May I have two more cards, please? Thank you. That just really... Yeah, this card has been coming out in readings a lot. All right, may I have one more card, please? Thank you. You can't make this up. You can't make it up. What's at the bottom of the deck? I didn't even check that. You got some decisions to make. You have some decisions to make. Two of Swords, air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Two of Swords can be about blocking something, but also it can be about making a decision because it involves twos. Whatever this is something that is going to require thought, because Swords deal with thoughts and communication. So it may require thought. It also may require you to do some type of communicating. Again, when the King of Wands showed up in the split, it's saying leadership. If you're a leader, you will have to be an effective leader. One way to be an effective leader is to communicate effectively. So you may have to focus more on how you speak to people, because as a leader, you'll have to inspire people. Whatever this is coming in, again, you did not know what was growing in your garden. The Nine of Pentacles is here. Nine of Pentacles is about independence. Mind you, Nine of Pentacles just came out in a totally different reading recently. So this energy is here, where you're self-sufficient, where you're independent. Second card to come out, which the Hierophant has been coming out in a lot of readings. And Hierophant can be about faith. It can also be about commitment. It can be about marriage. It can be about institutions, whether it's government or what have you. Some of you, I heard, actually may work for the government, but you're quitting with this Nine of Pentacles, is what you're doing. And then Six of Wands, success. Six of Wands came out yesterday in that reading. Now, mind you, and see, this is why what I tell people is that the energy is the energy, the cards are the cards. As you see, this energy is still around because this is a totally different tarot deck. So it's not like, oh, he pulled it from the same deck. No, this is a totally different tarot deck on a totally different day with a totally different reading. But the energy is the energy. So this is another confirmation for those who this is resonating with, that there will be some type of success. You have the Six of Wands, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Some of you may be that sign or have it in your chart. There's some type of commitment that will happen, or something with an institution. Also, again, some of you may be elevated to leadership roles. The King of Wands came out in the split. The Hierophant is also looked at as a leader. For others of you, some of you are leaning into your faith to bring in the reward, Nine of Pentacles, to bring in the success, Six of Wands. You're realizing that without something to believe in, it's almost all in vain in a way. It's like when the Seven of Cups came out earlier, and with that particular one, if there was some type of confusion, if you don't have any direction, and in some cases, and you know what, let's just be direct. In most cases, if you don't have any spiritual direction, the Hierophant, then these two cards right here, the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, this success and this money and this stability, it makes the journey harder to get to it. Because if you don't have any spiritual direction, it kind of implies that it's hard for you to receive direction, is what it is. You know, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you the energy and what it is. So, yeah, but the energy that I've gotten is the same since the beginning. You didn't know what was growing in your garden. I feel some of you, this is going to take you by surprise, is what will happen. And the reason it's going to take you by surprise is because you were just doing you. You weren't focusing on, oh, let me get the credit, let me get the praise, oh, I want to be famous, I want to be liked, I want to be loved, and all this other stuff. You were just like, man, I'm living my life, I'm doing my work, I'm getting it done. But now, in the midst of all that, while you had your head down, focusing on you, you're about to lift your head up and look around, and all of these people are going to be cheering for you because you were doing what was right. You were doing your job. You were nurturing your garden. But you didn't know what was growing in it. So now you're about to see. And with the Nine of Pentacles and Six of Wands, it's going to be some good things. That is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Until next time, everyone, be blessed.